Basham Hamashiach Yahushua. This is the third day, Aliyah of Parashah Bo. This is going to be Exodus chapter 10, verse 24 through Exodus chapter 11, verse 3. The next new moon is going to be February 3rd, and the new year begins on February 4th. The Passover Feast of Unleavened Bread, the first day, will be April 18th at sunset to April 19th at sunset. And the last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, the seventh day, will be April 24th, sunset to April 25th at sunset. This is your brother Parashah, servant of Yahushua and servant of King David, Malak Dawad, who will lead us to the wilderness. Genesis chapter 10, verse 24. Pharaoh summoned Moshe and said, "Go, worship Yahweh, but your flocks and your cattle shall be left. Your young may also go with you." But Moshe said, "You too shall give sacrifices and burnt offerings in our hands, and we will take them for Yahweh, Aliyah. And also our cattle will go with us, not a single hoof will remain, for we will take from it to worship Yahweh, Aliyah. And we do not know how much we will worship Yahweh until we arrive there." And Yahweh strengthened Pharaoh, and he will let them go. Pharaoh said to him, "Go away from me, beware. You shall no longer see my face, for on the day that you see my face, you shall die." Thereupon Moshe said, "You have spoken correctly. I shall no longer see your face. All that Yahweh has said will do and hear." Exodus 11:1. Yahweh said to Moshe, "I will bring one more plague upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards, he will let you go from here. When he lets you out, he will completely drive you out of here. Please speak into the ears of the people and let them borrow, each man from his friend and each woman from her friend, silver vessels and golden vessels." So Yahweh gave the people favor in the Egyptians' eyes. Also, the man Moses was highly esteemed in the land of Egypt, in the eyes of Pharaoh's servants, and in the eyes of the people. So as we review this, the first thing we see is that Yahweh doesn't want polluted praises, but people will try to have you pollute your praise to Yahweh, saying that this is good enough or you don't have to do that. That's what Pharaoh's doing. All right, Pharaoh's saying, "No, I'm not going to do it the full way you want it done. I'm going to make some modification." We can't do that. When we teach the word of Yahweh and we standing on the word of Yahweh, we have to do that no matter who it offends. All right, so Moses and Pharaoh going into this dialogue, and Moses said not even a hoof is going to remain in this land of Matzazadium. Of course, Pharaoh starts to get stubborn again, and as he gets stubborn, he threatens Moses, says, "If I see you again coming before my face, I'm going to bring death upon you." All right. So Moses, he knew what was going to happen. So he said, okay, I won't see you anymore then. So now Yahweh said that last plague is going to be the plague of the firstborn. I'm about to bring that on Egypt. Then we're going to come out of Egypt the same way as we're going to come out of America. All right. So everybody is supposed to try to get silver and gold from their Gentile neighbors in the land of Egypt. But in America 2019, we don't have that mentality. We have to change that. All right. We have to start working and thinking together, not just females over here and males over there. All right. But we have to work together as a nation. The sisters got to build up sisters, and the brothers have to build up the brothers in the laws, commandments, and statutes, and in wisdom. And as we do that with each other, now when it's time to deal with these nations and these Gentiles like we're going to, the things that they have that we can benefit from, we can go in and get that, like we did the silver and gold. So now the people, are looking upon us favorably. We have favor with the people now. All right. So Moses was exalted and lifted up because of the power that Yahweh is working through him. Right. Shalom, Hezekiah. Shalom, Akaran. Kind of looking forward to the summit. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Aliyah. Hallelujah, shalom. Right, so we read the Torah portion pretty fast today. Basic explanation. All right, so we must worship Yahweh the way that he wants to be worshipped. No Hamite can do it any other way. We can't do it any other way. We must worship him the way he wants to be worshipped. If not, then he's not accepting our praise or our worship. Okay. All right, so now he tells them that all of the people are going to come out. So when Yahweh speaks in his word, something is going to happen. It has to be done that way. There is no compromise or shortcoming. All of his words are going to stand in righteousness, and nothing changes. Nothing changes in what his word says. Right? The law hasn't changed. The commandments haven't changed. Nothing has changed. Okay? So now, of course, he's just saying, just go ahead and leave. And he said, well, we need to take our animals because we don't know how Yahweh wants us to worship him with sacrifices and whatnot. All right. So then, Pharaoh gets upset again, gets in his flesh because the spirit of Yahweh is upon Marshah, and that positive, righteous obedience is coming out of Marshah. On the other hand, with the wickedness and the disobedience in Pharaoh. So he was mad. He told Moses to get away from me, get out my face. Moses. All right, so now Yahweh says he's going to bring one more plague, which is going to be the death of the firstborn upon the children of Ham in the land of what you call today Africa. He's going to bring a terrible judgment, terrible judgment. All right, but of course, as of yet, he doesn't tell us what it is. All right, so kind of just jump from the death to speaking in the ears of the people. and getting from them silver and gold. So silver and gold vessels. All right, so Yahweh is like the Egyptians are seeing how Moses is operating. And the Egyptians see how Yahweh is dealing with us, so they start to like us. And some of them try to cleave unto us. Okay. So the Egyptians, in the way that the whole situation is being viewed from Israel, is that, okay, they're giving us favor. How are they showing the favor? Right, it's silver and gold. All right. So, you know, if you deal with when Gentiles make a sacrifice for the cause, in other words, because they're oppressing, killing the children of Yahweh, and then they get any real compensation, right? And a lot of those things that we looking for are going to come once we get back into the land. That's when the nations are going to be punished for the evil and the wickedness that they've done unto us. Okay. So, like I said, believe it or not, I mean, this is a very short portion. That last plague, it keeps, I will bring one more plague. He says, I'm going to do one last thing, and that's it. I'm going to do one last thing. And so Yahweh was telling him that I have one last display of power that I'm going to show. After that, that's when Pharaoh's going to say, okay, you all can go and worship now. All right. He didn't want us to just worry about whatever. So that one last plague again is that death, and people have to understand that these, I'm gonna say it over and over and over and over again. Hey, Shalom, Trayvon. I'm gonna say it over and again. The plagues of ancient Egypt will come upon America, including the death of the firstborn, including the darkness. Those things are coming upon America again. Right? So speaking to the ears of the people, and the Most High, you know what, just go ahead and get what you can from the people. Get what you can from them. Get what you can. Use the channels available. Go through those channels. So now Yahweh is saying, okay, I'm going to put favor for my people into the eyes and hearts of the Matazayim. Right? So even Pharaoh had a lot of levels of respect for Marsha. All right, has a high level of respect for Marsha. But that's not going to stop his heart from being hardened, because Yahweh has the lesson that he wants us to see. He controls the minds of men. And, you know, it looks like that's pretty much going to be where I want to stop at. Very, very short class, very to the point. May Yahweh be with you and bless you in the name of Yahweh Shah HaMashiach. The next new moon is February 3rd, sunset to sunset. Passover is April 18th to April 19th, sunset to sunset is the first day. And the last day, the seventh day, is April 24th to April 25th, sunset to sunset. And the new year is on April 4th. All right, so again, all praise to Yahweh Bashem HaMashiach, Yahweh Shai, Akim, Akwathin. All right, love you in the name of Yahweh Shai. Shalom to come.